What's up, YouTube? Look, wearing my shirt in here today, my sweatshirt. So anyway, we were working on a 2015 Ford Explorer 3.5 non-turbo. We're going to do plugs and coil packs. Well, plugs and then whatever coil packs it needs. This one I've worked on a little bit before, but let me show you this plug here. Look at this. Where's it at? Can you see it? See the little shiny there in the middle? It's cracked all the way up, the porcelain is. This thing had issues with misfires. We put a couple coil packs on it, or somebody put a couple coil packs on it. Misfire went away, it come back. He brought it to me. Ended up being the same coil packs, so we put some new coil packs on it and fixed his issue, but he's still, you know, still sluggish, whatever. But I told him it was going to need plugs. All the plugs need to be replaced. So we're doing that now. So on this one, let me turn this thing around here. So I covered up these holes, that way we don't get anything down in them. But on this one, to get to the back cylinders back there, you gotta take this intake off. So I unhook this wire, or that hose, this wire, this wire, this hose. There's a hose back here. Unhooked. This one went to the intake, it went here. Unhooked it, and then you got 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts in the front, and then one there, one there, one there, and it will come off. As you can see, it's loose. So I'm gonna pull these bolts out, set them on the side, and then I'm gonna pull the intake off after I pull this stuff back out of the way that I had out of the way. I'm gonna pull that stuff out of the way. We're gonna pull this off, and I'll show you there. Anytime I have anything like this, I always plug the holes. That way, if you know a bolt tries to fall down in there, it don't fall in the motor. I'll do the same thing once I get this intake off. I'll show you what it looks like, and then we'll, some people use tape. I might actually get some tape for this, just depends. I know those are rubber O-ring seals in there, so depends on if the O-rings stay in this or if they stay in that. Depends on whether I put tape or if I put racks, but I'll show you what I do. But so pretty simple, just undo the stuff I told you there, and there's one wire right here as well. Take that off. So let's get this intake off, get it out of here, and get the plugs out, see what they look like. Also, so you can see it's got these two new coil packs. This is in order, so I put them in order, but when I pulled the middle one out, it pulled that boot off. Trying to get the boot out, it ripped it apart. Not only that, it pulled this spring out. So we definitely have to get one coil pack. Hopefully we only got to get one. Hopefully that's all we got to do, and go from there. So let's get this thing off here. And voila, it's off. So this hose here, I had took that one hose off that runs to the intake. Y'all seen that? But this hose is actually this hose right here. I took this one off, right? But I ended up taking this one off because this hose connects right there and connects back, so that held it. So gotta take that one off as well, because you don't want to, I wouldn't want to try to take that one off. It's kind of like press fitted type deal. Don't want to mess with that. So I just took this clamp off, took that off. I just laid a towel over this, just keep everything out. And then as you see, you can get to your coil packs. They're pretty easy to mess with. Just click those tabs back. There's little white tabs, you just pull them back. I always kind of push in on them a little, like I'm gonna plug them up, then mash them, and then pull them out. It seems like it helps a little bit. I'll say that, and then that one ain't gonna come off. And then you got them there. These are 8mm. I got an 8mm on a ratchet. I wouldn't recommend putting them back in with this, just for the fact that you don't want to tighten them up too tight and bust them. So I wouldn't recommend putting them in with this. Taking them out with it, it's cool with it. Just take that, zip them out. It's hard to do one-handed, but just take that. I'm just setting them there. If I was in the garage, which I'm not right now, if I was in the garage, I would end up having me a little cart sitting over here, or a table on the other side of me, behind me here. The garage that I've been going to, the bay that I've been using, when I turn around, there's a table right here. So, but do that. I'm gonna pull these out. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna lay them in order over here, and then I'm gonna get the plugs out of it. So let's get it. Okay, so I forgot to make an outro on the Ford Explorer, so here it is. It's not here, it turned into a Chevrolet. I'm just kidding. we got the Explorer put back together. Everything went good. Went well. Let me be proper. Anyway, the seals on that thing were on the actual plenum. They got little grooves on the piece that you take off, the plastic piece that you take off. I'm using my hands. Hey, what do I do with my hands? Anyway, we got everything put back on, everything topped back up. Car started right up, no issues. He does have some other issues that he had another mechanic do that he's going to take it back to. Somebody had done a water pump and timing chain, and when you start it up, I heard a noise and I got to listen, and that thing, you know, the motor sits sideways because it's front wheel drive. But on the front of the motor, where the timing chain is, on the back bank, which would be the cylinders next to the firewall, you could put a thing on the valve cover and you could hear it. So I don't know if he's got a timing chain loose, or I don't know if he's got a tensioner bad, or if the cam phasers are bad. I don't know what's wrong with it. I didn't do the timing chain. So I contacted him. I told him, I said, hey, look, you know, 3 of the coil packs broke pulling it out. So we put new coil packs on it, so they were shot. And then all the plugs were shot in it. I did leave the plugs outside. He was able to look at them if he wanted to when he come by, pick it up. But it is what it is. It needed plugs and coils. We placed them, put them on. My side of it is good, run good. I just heard that noise underneath there. I didn't have any issues with it. No check engine light come back on, anything like that. But when I read the codes, every code that was on it related back to timing chain issue on it. So I told him, I was like, man, if I was you, I'd take it back to the guy that done it and say, hey, look, you know, all the codes on it. I erased them, but I do have pictures of all of them. I sent him all the codes. That way he'd have them when he goes talks to this gentleman. More than likely, the codes will come back before he drives it that far. Who knows? Just depends on how bad whatever it is under there is and what it is, whether it's the phasers or the tensioners or the whatever. I don't think it's just the sensors. If it was just the sensors, you wouldn't be hearing the noises. You know what I'm saying? So, but you hear the noises underneath the intake or underneath the valve cover. So it's definitely something in the timing side of it. My opinion, if you mess with those 3.5s before, is it, you know, leave a comment. Is it something that's common for these things? Not these, I say these, but is it common for the 3.5s to have cam phaser problems? The wind is blowing like crazy. But I just want to get on here, do an outro. I appreciate y'all watching. Y'all, I've been slack on putting videos up. I know it, and I've said it a bunch of times. I literally have probably 3 videos to put up, but I just haven't edited them, and I don't really edit that much. It's just putting them in the thing and putting it together and putting it out. They're on my GoPro, which is back here. I leave the GoPro in here most time I film on it anymore, especially car stuff. But I feel bad. We went to a car meet this weekend. I didn't film anything. I got caught up talking to people. Literally pulled in and there was another Mark III Supra there, and we ended up parking right beside him. Like, we come in right after he did. So I talked to him for a while and then had a bunch of friends there and just got caught up talking and did video. So I do apologize. It was one of the 828 car meets. I feel bad because I like representing Garrett's stuff. I like putting it out there so y'all can see it to get more cars. I think they said they had 170 cars there or something like that. So big turnout. So it was nice. He's going to do more, so there'll be videos of that this summer. Plan on having some content on the car very soon. I've got my transmission stuff. I've got my fuel cell stuff to put a 20 gallon in it so we can drive farther in it. And hopefully we'll put it back together and we'll have 5th gear again. Hopefully we can see exactly what's going on with it this time we pull it out. Worst case, we put it back together, 5th gear don't work, whatever. I've dealt with it for like 2 years, so I'm not worried about it anyway. Appreciate y'all watching. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. We're up to over 1,800 subscribers now. We just got to get our watch time up. I've been putting up a lot of shorts. That's where obviously some of the subscribers have come from, but we got to get back on the roll here. I know I do. I do this. We don't make no money on YouTube whatsoever. We're not monetized, anything like that. So anything I put out is purely for y'all, purely for us. And even if we was at the point of making money, it would still be about y'all. Don't really, I mean, the money's whatever. This is how we make our money, doing stuff like this. As you can see, we're taping seals up and, you know, this is what we do. But anyway, I appreciate y'all, appreciate everybody that watches. You know, people ask, not really people, but I'm sure people wonder, like, why do you make videos when you don't get, you know, that many views, or you're not monetized? It's like, because I want to. Maybe there's not somebody that's done this. Maybe there's not somebody that can make it to the track. Maybe there's not somebody that can make it to a car show that wants to watch it. And if I get one view, I'm going to keep doing these, because that one person is looking for us to do more videos. You know what I'm saying? So it's for me, because I can go back and look too. Like, I know that I've done this. I can go in my videos and be like, okay, what did I do when I done this? But also for other people. So anyway, I appreciate y'all. See you next time.